Greetings, greetings. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, y'all. I just wanted to hop on real quick. Let me see. Over here. Let me see. Switching up the scenery. Can I put these? Move my stuff out the way. I think this is good, right? Okay. Happy Thursday, community. My name is Jamesia, aka James IA. I'm your motivational holistic health coach, and I'm just a vessel to provide you with the necessary tools to make sure that your mind operates in a state of consciousness, your spirit stays lit, and your body is snatched to the gods in every way you wish. Before we bankhead bounce into the video, shout out to ATL. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe by clicking the link below. And if you're feeling real spicy, drop a comment or two. So, today's question is, or statement is, why do we go through the dark? There is a specific reason why we go through darkness. But before we jump in, I have the quote of the day. The quote of the day is an African proverb, per usual, and it states, however long the night, dawn will soon come. And I'm paraphrasing that because I think I added some few words in there. But however long the night, dawn will soon come. And essentially what that means is, however long the darkness that we go through in life, however long that phase is, we will always come out in the light. So we all go through darkness. We all go through hard times. It's a part of life. It's something we cannot escape. That's just the reality of the matter. And I just want to encourage you all, or anyone who's in a dark place, to hold on and to continue to keep going and keep pushing, and to know that things will get better. We may not know how it'll get better. We may not be able to see how things are going to work out, but know that it will work out. And it may not work out exactly how you're wanting it to, but it will work out at the end of the day. And today I want to focus on the heart chakra. And I believe that's the reason why we truly go through darkness. Anytime we experience hard times and hardships, and it looks like it's never get better for us, I believe that we have to go through those experiences simply because, and it's not simply, but we have to go through these experiences so that we can be more compassionate towards ourselves and others. And I know that's not the only reason we all have to learn our lessons in this lifetime. But think about it. If you've never gone through a situation that was so challenging and rough, how could you be able to speak on a situation that you've never experienced before? I mean, you can speak on it by researching it, but how can you truly speak on it from the soul and the heart level if you've never experienced it before? As for me, I've experienced quite a few hardships, and I definitely make sure that I maintain my energy and make sure that I'm in alignment with myself. But at the end of the day, we gonna go through some hard times. I've gone through some hard times, and what I've learned about myself, I've learned how strong I am. I've always known that I was strong, but I never knew how truly strong I was until being put to the test with certain things, being in business and just figuring things out in entrepreneurship, and just making sure that my mental state and my physical and emotional and spiritual state is healthy. And also just dealing with the emotions of life, dealing with problems right and left and right, you know. But what I can say, what I've learned from that, is to be compassionate to people, because you never know what anyone is experiencing. It doesn't matter if it's the brightest star in the room, or it's the loudest person that's making everyone laugh, or the quietest person that's reserved into themselves. You never know what anyone is going through. And so I believe that being compassionate towards yourself and others is so needed in today's time. And it's just we're just in a sensitive time right now. And when it comes to the heart chakra, that is actually one of the most challenging chakras to keep in harmony, because when we get hurt by people, by situations, by circumstances, we tend to close our heart. We keep our heart closed, and not understanding in reality that when we go through these hurts and these pains, it's actually meant for us to open our heart. It's to keep it open so that we can truly understand and connect with others. And unfortunately, we go through things that could be extremely traumatic. I feel like everyone has experienced some type of trauma one way or another: emotional, mental, physical, or spiritual trauma. And I believe it's up to us to take our healings into our own hands. And when it comes to the heart chakra, just to go a little deeper in on that, when we close our heart and we block off allowing energy to flow in and flow out, it can create dis-ease in our body. And I know you're like, well, what do you mean by that? No, literally, you can create heart disease. It's no coincidence why blocking off your heart chakra can create, depending on what you're doing to cope. So I'll give you an example. If you block off your heart and you're just like, okay, I trust no one, I don't care who they are, I don't care if they're friendly, I don't care, whatever. And now you're in isolation and you're not connecting with anyone. And when you do that, a lot of the times when it comes to health, mind, body, spirit, and emotions are interchangeable of each other. So then that can lead you to start emotionally eating or making decisions that are not best for your health. And then now you are creating this, and our body, our mind, our spirit and soul, it's so intelligent that it has a mind of its own. And what I mean by that is that it knows how to operate, of course, off of vibration, off of energy and frequency. So the minute you start to think in certain ways, your thought process emits. Remember I told y'all earlier, or in an earlier video, that we're magnets and we call in energy, but we also emit energy. So if you are thinking a thing, that very thing that you're thinking, if you close off your heart and you block energy from coming in by saying, oh, I trust no one, I don't trust anyone. And I can speak for myself, just to let you know, because I felt like I was in that energy for a while where I just did not trust people. It didn't matter if you were in my life. It didn't matter if you called me quote unquote friend, or family. I'm just being honest and transparent. Trusting was definitely something that I had to overcome and continue to overcome. And so by me doing that, I have to challenge myself to step out of my comfort zone and allow myself to trust me, because for a while I didn't trust myself. And so I had to learn how to forgive myself and learn how to trust what I feel the first time, instead of second guessing or self-doubting myself, which essentially, as I've been teaching on this channel, is operating in a state of fear. But when you transfer, or when you emit or transmute that energy into a love frequency, you can operate in a way where you don't have to fear not trusting anyone. Because if you are standing in your power and in who you are, and you're trusting yourself, then you know that if something is off, or just by paying attention to someone's frequency and vibration. And so then you'll be able to begin to trust yourself again. And that's what I had to do. I had to begin to understand and know the first time. You don't have to second guess yourself. Our intuition is so powerful and so strong, and it will always whisper to you but it's up to us to pay attention to it. So I say that to say, bringing it back when it comes to going through the darkness, and I just wanted to hop on real briefly, but when we go through the darkness, all it is it's creating a stronger version of who we are. It's creating a more compassionate version of who we are. It's creating a more wiser version of who we are, and we need to go through these things. And it's not fun. It's not easy, but you will get through it. And I want to encourage you and let you know that you will get through it. And life is cyclical. It's cyclical, so we will always experience ups and downs. It's just how do we respond to the ups and the downs. So when we have that disposition that, okay, I'm going to remain centered within myself, regardless if it's up and regardless of if it's down, you can find a contentment and a level of peace internally, because you know that I don't have to get too excited when this happens, and I don't have to get bummed out or overly upset or what have you when this happens, because you know it's the part of life. So when we learn the art of detaching from any result and outcome, I think we can truly experience another level of peace. We can honestly master peace. And it's always going to be a work in progress. I know that. But I just want to encourage you. This is just a brief encouragement, and to encourage you to even begin to open your heart again, and open your heart again to experience wonderful people. Open your heart again to experience more pleasures in life, and just more compassion for yourself. And that is a work in progress, and that's something that we have to work on every day. Even being compassionate for other people. Because have you ever noticed that there are people who cannot be compassionate to other people because of what they got going on in their life? And it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means that they could be so, or we can be so consumed and caught up in what we have going on in our world, that not realizing that our stranger next to you is going through something traumatic or terrible as well. But we end up like emitting that frequency off to each other and creating more issues and traumas and problems more than not. So if we all can be more compassionate towards each other, and we can just spread a little more love in this world, although that is just the ideal thing, I know that we are in, well, reality is what you created. I was going to say reality, but it really is what you believe reality. I think that's subjective, but at the end of the day, we know that there's good, there's evil, bad, whatever you want to call it. There's duality in life. And if we can push more of the good and accept what comes back, regardless if it's good or bad, then, and be at peace with that, then I think that it will create a little bit more ease in this world, to be honest. But that's all that I have for y'all today. I just wanted to spread some love and light today. And yeah, so thank you for joining me. I hope that y'all have a wonderful rest of your day and a great rest of your week. TTYL.